Have you ever found yourself sitting in your favorite chair, looking around your home, and thinking, I hope I never have to leave this place? You're not alone. For so many of us, home isn't just a house, it's where memories live. The laughter of grandchildren, the smell of Sunday dinners, the quiet comfort of your own routines. But let's be honest, sometimes as the years go by, it can feel like staying here gets a little harder. Maybe you've wondered, what happens if I can't keep up anymore? Or is a nursing home my only option? Well, here's the good news. You don't have to choose between staying in your home and getting the support you need. Today, we're going to talk about 5 amazing alternatives to nursing homes. Ways to keep living life on your terms, right where you belong. These options aren't just about getting by. They're about thriving, staying connected, and making the most of every day. Sound good? Let's dive in. First, let's talk about something you've probably heard of, but might not have considered for yourself. In-home care. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that just for people who are seriously ill or bedridden? Not at all. In-home care has changed so much over the years. Imagine having a friendly, trained helper come by a few times a week to lend a hand with things like cooking, laundry, or even driving you to your doctor's appointment. They're not there to take over. They're there to help you keep doing the things you love, safely and comfortably. Take Margaret. She's 78, loves her garden, but after her hip surgery, bending down to pull weeds became a challenge. Her in-home caregiver, Linda, comes twice a week. They work side by side in the garden. Linda handles the heavy lifting, and Margaret gets to keep her hands in the soil. Her happy place. Plus, they become great friends. Studies show that seniors who use in-home care often feel more independent, not less, because it's all about support, not substitution. Now, another wonderful option that's gaining popularity. Adult day programs. These aren't the senior centers of yesteryear. Picture instead a vibrant community hub where you can take art classes, enjoy a hot lunch, or even get a gentle yoga session in, all while trained staff are nearby to help with medications or health monitoring. My friend Carl started going to one after his wife passed away. At first, he was hesitant. I'm not a social butterfly, he told me. But within weeks, he was playing chess every Tuesday, swapping war stories with other veterans, and even joined a singing group. His kids say he's got more energy now than he did 5 years ago. And here's the kicker. Research from the Journal of Aging and Social Policy found that seniors who participate in these programs have lower rates of depression and better overall health. It's not just about keeping busy, it's about staying engaged with life. Now, I want to pause here for a moment. Maybe you're thinking, this all sounds nice, but how do I even start? That's completely normal. Change can feel overwhelming, especially when it comes to something as personal as our homes and routines. But here's what I've learned. Small steps matter. Maybe it's asking your doctor about local in-home care agencies or calling your community center to ask about adult day programs. You don't have to figure it all out today. Just start the conversation. But we're just getting started. There are even more creative, empowering ways to stay in your home. Options you might not have imagined. So put the coffee pot on, grab a notebook if you'd like, and let's make sure your home remains your haven for years to come. You know, sometimes the secret to staying in your home isn't about adding more. It's about reimagining what's already there. Which brings me to our third alternative. Home modifications. Now, before you picture contractors tearing down walls or noisy renovations, let me tell you, it's often the small changes that make the biggest difference. Take Ed. He's 82, stubborn as a mule, and swore he'd never leave his 2-story house. But after a close call on the stairs, his daughter convinced him to install a chair lift. Guess what? He calls it his throne now. Zooms up and down like he's waving to a parade crowd. And that's just one idea. Think grab bars in the shower, non-slip flooring, or even lever-style doorknobs that don't require a tight grip. These aren't just old-age gadgets. They're tools for freedom. In fact, a study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors who made simple home safety modifications reduced their risk of falls by nearly 60%. And fewer falls mean fewer hospital visits, which means more time doing what you love. Start small, maybe a nightlight in the hallway or a raised toilet seat. Local agencies often offer free assessments, and many changes qualify for tax deductions. It's not about admitting defeat. It's about outsmarting the obstacles. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you: senior villages. No, I don't mean retirement communities with golf carts and gates. I'm talking about grassroots networks where neighbors help neighbors. Imagine a group of folks in your area who've banded together to share resources. Need a ride to the grocery store? There's a volunteer driver. Want someone to check your smoke alarms? A handyman in the network can pop by. Helen joined one after her husband passed. At first, she worried it'd feel like charity, but now she says it's more like a swap meet for kindness. She bakes casseroles for new members, and in return, a retired teacher down the street helps her with her iPad. These villages are popping up everywhere, over 300 across the U.S. alone. Research from the Harvard School of Public Health shows that seniors in these networks report feeling less isolated and more secure knowing help is just a phone call away. It's like having an extended family, handpicked by your community. But here's what I really want you to hear. None of these options require you to give up control. You're still the captain of your ship. These are just ways to smooth the waters. Maybe you're thinking, that sounds nice, but I don't want to rely on strangers. I get it. Trust takes time. But what if you start by dipping a toe in? Attend a village potluck, or invite a home modification specialist for a casual chat. You might be surprised how quickly strangers become friends. Now, I've saved what might be the most transformative option for last. It's not a place or a service. It's a way of rethinking how we connect, adapt, and thrive as we age. And trust me, it's closer than you think. You know, when my grandson tried to teach me about apps and wearables, I'll admit, I roll my eyes. I've made it this far without a smartwatch. I told him, but then he showed me how his friend's grandmother uses hers to track her heart rate, get medication reminders, even call for help if she takes a tumble. And that's when it hit me. Technology isn't here to replace the human touch. It's here to protect it. This brings us to our fifth alternative: telehealth and smart home tools. Now, before you tune out, this isn't about becoming a tech whiz overnight. It's about simple tools that give you peace of mind. Picture this: a device on your wrist that alerts your family if your heart beats irregular. A voice assistant that reminds you to take your pills while you're watering the azaleas. Or a video call with your doctor from your kitchen table. No traffic, no waiting room. Take my buddy, Frank. He's got COPD, and those weekly doctor visits wore him out. Now, he uses a fingertip sensor that sends his oxygen levels straight to his clinic. His nurse calls him if something's off, and he gets to stay put in his recliner with his Terrier Max studies in the Journal of Telemedicine and Telecare show that seniors using telehealth have fewer hospital stays and feel more in control of their health. It's like having a safety net you can't see, but you'll always feel. Now, let's tie this all together. We've talked about in-home care, adult day programs, smart home tweaks, senior villages, and tech tools. But here's the golden thread. All of these options are about you staying in charge. They're not compromises, they're upgrades. A way to keep your independence while knowing help's there if you need it. Maybe you'll try one of these ideas. Maybe you'll mix and match. The key is to start where you feel comfortable. Talk to your family, chat with your doctor, or even call your local senior center. And remember, asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. After all, you've spent decades caring for others. Now it's your turn to let the world care for you. Before I let you go, I have a favor to ask. If this video resonated with you, if it sparked an idea or gave you a little hope, would you share that in the comments below? Tell me, what's one thing in your home you couldn't bear to leave behind? Your rose bushes? The creaky porch swing? That cookie jar your grandkids raid every visit? Let's remind each other what this is all about. A life filled with the people and places we love. We've got plenty more conversations like this coming, because getting older doesn't mean slowing down. It means getting wiser about how we keep moving forward. Here's to your home. May it stay full of laughter, love, and you for many, many years to come. Thanks for spending this time with me. Now go enjoy that beautiful day out there